My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, you chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey you guys, Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. Today I would like to share some thoughts with you rather than react to a video. Because I'm always trying to understand Amber. That is actually one of the reasons why I continued watching her videos after I understood she's completely gone off the reservation and she has no real attachment to reality anymore. That is why her behavior seems so odd to us. And so one of the reasons I kept watching was to see if she shares anything about her past that would be an indicator why she is this crazy in the present time. And also I wanted to find out more about her spouses and friends that might be an indicator as to why they let her continue this behavior. For example, in one of my recent videos I told you guys that I have a pretty clear picture of how I would get Amber to stop lying if I was wipey right now, you know. I would constantly lie to her. I would give Amber the feeling that nothing I say she can rely on anymore. And I would do that especially when it comes to food. Like, you know, when she texts me and says, hey, you're going by the P.O. box later on anyway, can you get me some McDonald's? And I would say, sure. And then I would just not show up. And she'd be texting me and calling me and blowing up my phone. And like 5 hours later, I would say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Or I didn't say this at all. And I went home. And I doubt that it would take longer than a few weeks for Amber to realize, holy shit, this is what it feels like when I'm being lied to, so this is what my audience must feel like. Totally aside from the fact that I think that Amber does not really think that an audience exists. That's why she still, after 9 years, talks to the viewfinder rather than to the camera, meaning making eye contact with her audience. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I'm wondering what these people that were in Amber's real life were thinking when they listened to all these lies. Let's say Crystal because Casey is too far back, and also Amber didn't have a YouTube channel at the time, at least not one that she uploaded on, maybe one that she watched videos on, but she didn't upload until 2013. And so she was with Crystal when she started uploading on YouTube. And just like I said in yesterday's video, when I mentioned my thoughts on the whole, you know, all the lies that Amber told when it came to choreographing dances for that dance group called Space, and when they won all these competitions because of her, or she won dancing competitions, and it turns out she was just a water girl and the art girl out that volunteered there and threw tantrums on the sidelines. You know, that is a lot more believable than the story she told us. And so I believe that at the time Amber didn't think that she was ever gonna get called out on these lies. She just wanted to seem like a better person than she actually is, which is one of the symptoms of a sociopath. And So she told all these stories, and actually, now it's so far back, even though she kept repeating those lies, that she probably can't even remember what she said. It's the same with when she was confronted about ASMR, being diagnosed with ASMR. She said it was a Twitter post, even though it was very clearly a video clip in which she stated that she was diagnosed with ASMR, and it was trolls tripping her up, and she fell for it, and now she doesn't have the backbone to admit to it. Okay, but anyway, so let's say she's with Crystal, and she lies a lot. And Crystal, to me, seemed like the shy kind of a girl that didn't want to be confrontational. I would be. I mean, if I see any kind of unfair behavior around me, I am confrontational. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And so Crystal must have been the opposite. And so when she realized, or when she heard Amber lie on her channel, she probably didn't make much of it. And plus, the girls were pretty young at the time. So I almost want to say, let's skip Crystal. The next one was Destiny. And I think, if my records are not deceiving me, then Amber got with Destiny back in 2015, and so for 2 years Amber had already been uploading videos on YouTube. 2015 she got with Destiny. I think they might have both had a job at the same time, and Amber was already not aware of the fact that if she documented certain things, it would get her into trouble. For example, she was filming at work. And so co-workers didn't like that. She ignored it. She just kept filming.
Oh, Christmas tree. All right, Casey. What do you mean? What's wrong?
Do that to me? No, God dang.
Okay, I'll stop. Oh, shit. Quit, I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna pee. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna pee. Oh, you guys want to know something? It's haunted here at night. They saw a little girl on the cameras.
Ow, your elbows in my hip.
And giggling about it. She also filmed herself not working while she was on the clock. And so she did that. And Destiny didn't say anything. And Destiny worked for the same employer. And so at the time, and I gotta give credit to Destiny for that, at the time Amber didn't make enough money to pay the bills. And so Amber depended on Destiny's income, and Amber then quit her job, and so she wanted to dedicate more time to YouTube, lying in her videos and clickbaiting and monetizing her weight gain and everything. And so I get why Destiny didn't say much, except for the video clips that I remember when Destiny was doing something like hanging up something, and she was hammering something or a nail into the wall, and Amber scolded her for that. She said, "Babe, I'm vlogging," and she seemed so entitled, like everybody shut up and everybody stop living their lives because I'm vlogging and this is important right now. Even though at the time Amber had already quit her job, Destiny was the only one working and bringing home the bacon, and Amber was not making enough money for the both of them. And so instead of her doing the household, since she was at home all day, she waited for Destiny come home after work and do the household chores. That was pretty much the first time when she completely infuriated me. And so Destiny was more loudmouth than the other spouses, and here and there you would see how Amber would get backlash, or how Destiny would call her out on certain things, like she's entitled, or she's a princess, or whatever. And it cracked me up at the time. But I was thinking, yeah, this is exactly how you would get a person like Amber to change. So when Destiny finally had enough of Amber's BS, she broke up with her. And Since Amber had quit her job, Destiny didn't have a problem finding another spouse at work. She ran into Dana, and they started a relationship. And Amber was so self-involved in her vlogs that she didn't even get that Destiny was constantly texting back and forth with Dana. And yeah, so let's just say Destiny gave Amber a little bit of backlash, but not much. Then came Becky. Becky made, in my eyes, the very huge mistake that she quit her job. Amber must have asked her, please quit your job, and I want you around me all the time. And you being gone for 8 to, 10 hours a day, depending on where her workplace was. Amber didn't want that, or she finally caught on that Destiny might have been cheating on her before they even broke up. And so she wanted Becky in her vicinity so that she has control over what Becky does and who she talks to. Looking at it from Becky's point of view, I don't get it at all. So Becky had a very physically demanding job, and she wanted out of that job, but she could have still found herself another job after quitting that physically demanding job, right? But she didn't do that, so she made herself dependent on Amber's income, which at the time she had. So Becky and Amber got together in 2017, and it seemed like Amber was already able to pay her bills, let's say from 2018 on, just using her YouTube income, right? And so Becky witnessed all these lies, all this manipulation, and all this, the clickbaiting she had no influence on, but the lying. Imagine you are in a relationship with a person. They are a YouTuber, and they just constantly tell lies. That tells you something about what kind of a person they are. Not just, it doesn't justify like, oh, I gotta lie because I gotta make money on YouTube. This is not how you make money. This is no way you wanna make money. You wanna be honest. I mean, you can do certain things like play certain games or whatever, but not when you're vlogging your own life. And so Becky witnessed the most lies out of all of them that Amber told about herself, about her past, about the current life in that house, about Eric and Ricky, and especially about her own self, that she's still able to wipe herself, which is not the case, not even today, and about who cooks in the house, or when she said, oh, I just got done with the laundry, or I don't know, putting clothes away, even though Becky had done it. And Becky, just like the other two, Crystal and Destiny, never said, like, hey, I just did the dishes, or I just put away the clothes. What are you talking about? They all kept their mouths shut, and at the same time, they had to live with the knowledge that they are in a relationship with a notorious liar. That is so hard to grasp for me. Do you know what I'm saying? And even though none of them are in Amber's life anymore, none of them comes clean on what Amber has lied about. And I wonder why. I've heard that Amber has stuff on them, she knows stuff about them that she can use against them, but I cannot imagine what that would be. What kind of information do you have about another person that would get them to shut up about lies that Amber has told thousands of people over a time window of 9 years? What kind of information would you have to have about them for them to not say anything now? I mean, Becky's come out of her shell a little bit, but still, there's no groundbreaking information. Like Becky is saying, she does it all for views. She does not care when she lies or not. All she cares about is the food, which is what I'm thinking. That's probably why I'm saying it now. That Amber has no idea what the real world is like. She only perceives real life through her phone and her blue light devices like a laptop or whatever, a tablet maybe. And so she has no idea what real life is like. And so she has created herself a little web of lies that she lives in. But she doesn't remember her lies, and so she keeps contradicting herself. But why did that not infuriate Becky? I mean, you could tell towards the end she was giving her backlash, you know, she was talking back at her, and I was enjoying it so much. And you could basically tell that she's gonna jump off the wagon just like Destiny did. You know, she wasn't having any of Amber's bullshit anymore, and so she was talking back. But not in the not to the extent that I would have done it, even though I cannot even imagine being even in the same room with somebody like Amber because of the smell and, you know, her arrogance, and because I'm very sensitive to bad energies, right? But trying to put myself in Becky's shoes, I have no idea what it would take for me to just ignore the fact that my spouse lies non-stop, and that is what she calls a job. It is unbelievable to me, unimaginable to me. Okay, so let's move on to the last one, and that is Wipey. I don't care what her real name is. Imagine you know of a YouTuber that is close to 600 pounds. That YouTuber's girlfriend has just broken up with her, and the videos are still available online. The proof that Amber sucks as a life partner. She does not help around the house. She does, or she did at the time, bring home a lot of money, but only based on lies and exploiting herself and her weight gain and her horrific ways of how she deals with life and how she treats others. So what exactly is it that Wipey found so interesting about pursuing Amber and her goal being in a relationship with Amber? I would really, really like to understand. My gut feeling that I had from the get-go, when all of this unfolded in summer 2021, when Becky broke up with Amber, and then all of a sudden Wipey appeared on the live screen, and I mean in person. I mean, Wipey must have been in a hurry to get away from where she was and to make it into Amber's life, but go undercover. You know, to where she's not seen in public, not with Amber, like in the vlogs, for example. And I believe that Wipey is a paid help, a paid caretaker that helps Amber with the errands and maybe moves heavy stuff and sometimes prepares food for her. Otherwise, all she eats is takeout. And wipes her, you know, helps her with physical care, you know, however often, and brings her the packages from the P.O. box. But what kind of personality does it take from Wipey to constantly hear Amber lie? That she's done certain things around the house, which most likely she has not. Or playing the lovey-dovey couple, which the more these two are pushing that narrative in the vlogs, the less I believe it. I think it's all fake. Well, some of you might remember, I could tell with Becky. I kept saying to you guys, like whenever they were trying to push the narrative that they were so in love and they had date nights and everything was so romantic. I told you guys there's absolutely no chemistry, and when they kiss, it seems like, I don't know, brother and sister or sister and sister kissing, and there was no romantic spark, and they behaved like it, and I was right about that. And with Wipey, it is more like, on Wipey's side, I see like the business kind of interest, that she wants money from Amber, but Amber doesn't have a whole lot of money left. Despite what a lot of people are saying in the community, Amber does not make a whole lot of money anymore. Because unless I'm missing something, that she's making a killing on Cameo or OnlyFans, she's not making a whole lot of money anymore on YouTube. I mean, comfortable enough to maybe hold that apartment that she lives in and to have a cell phone contract and, you know, Hulu and Netflix subscriptions or whatever. I believe that, but compared to what she used to make, she has only a third of the income, depending on, let's say in 2018, 2019, she was making over $10,000 a month. But that too was before tax. And she has no children and no dependents, and so, but compared to that, she's not making a whole lot of money anymore, and so Amber cannot just throw money at YP. And so that's why I believe that YP is not so present there, because what kind of personality does it take for Amber to have, for YP to say, oh, I'm doing this for free? She doesn't have a nice personality, and she's not giving, and she's not caring. And also, YP's been around. We heard her in the background. YP's been around when Amber was lying on camera. And so each one of these ex-spouses must have wondered, so she's lying to the camera, to her audience, to thousands of people. What makes me believe that she's not gonna lie to me just to get out of me what she wants to get? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been wondering for a while now, because I'd rather live under the bridge without any money than be in a pseudo relationship for everybody to see on the internet with somebody like Amber. Because we all know she might have some character traits that some people out there might find attractive, but I would like for somebody to tell me which ones. Because I don't find her particularly pretty. I know exactly when she loses weight, she's going to look horrific. And the character traits, we all know them. I mean, that is just, she has so many bad traits that I wouldn't even get close to her. Absolutely not. Because she's nothing but trouble, and she only takes from people she doesn't know how to give. And the times when she made a truckload of money on YouTube, this is where you could tell that people didn't want to spend time with her, but Amber had to throw money at them and buy them a lot of gifts for them to even stick around. And she's not able to do that anymore because she's allowed herself to have such a big mouth that everybody ran except for YP. And I'm still waiting to find out what her reason is for finding a person like Amber that had portrayed herself as the horrific person she is on her channel for quite some time for YP to get that. And see, I'm also not putting it past YP to be a sociopath as well. And she just wants to, get Amber on the hook, and you can tell that Amber has feelings for YP, but not the other way around. Because of course we don't see any, facial expressions of YP, because she doesn't want to be associated with Amber. But you can tell Amber has feelings for her. But YP, maybe she wants to wait until Amber is completely hooked on her, and then she does something to change her around. I could totally see that happening. Something like along the lines of what I told you earlier. What I would do with her, I would feed her own medicine. I would lie to Amber, and knowing that she depends on me to wipe her butt and to get her groceries. Well, not necessarily, she can order them, but now she has to watch her money. She can't just, throw money out of the window anymore. She doesn't have that kind of money to spend. And so, taking her to a doctor's appointment, I would tell her, yeah, I'll be by at, 11 tomorrow morning. We'll have enough time to get there. And then I just don't show up. I don't answer my phone for like 3 to 4 hours. And then I tell her, I never said I'd come and take you there, and I would lie to her so often as it takes for Amber to say, okay, I'm slowly getting it. You're trying to teach me a lesson, and I think I'm slowly catching on. But hey, for this one, I'm especially excited. Let me know what you guys think. Why did none of these people, including Eric and Ricky, not come clean on what Amber is doing? They could have made a killing on YouTube. And see, let's just say Destiny and Becky and Eric and Ricky and Hannah and Rafe, they could have made a killing on telling, spilling the tea on Amber. And I would really like to understand why they do not. because it makes no sense in my head. Amber has done enough to them and has burned them in the public, And so, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you for listening to this. I can't wait to hear your opinions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.